I get a lot of clients and even YouTube comments asking about suspension training. Not to mention, I have other trainers asking me, worried about suspension training's safety for midlife and older adults. Today, I'm going to dive in to all the reasons why you shouldn't fear implementing suspension training for not only your midlife clients, but especially your older adult clients. First, let's cover the key benefits. Then I'm going to cover each research article specifically that supports each key benefit. All of the research I compiled is for individuals 60 and older. So rest assured, it's going to be beneficial for your midlife clients as well. First benefit, suspension training improves muscle mass and strength. Second, it enhances dynamic and static balance. Third is no surprise, it reduces fall risk. Just a quick point on that, improving balance and reducing fall risk can be more beneficial for older clients that have osteoporosis than trying to force an increase in bone mass that can't really happen. If we can prevent the falls, we can prevent the fractures that happen and the hospitalization that happens after that can lead to the downfall of the individual. Last but definitely not least, suspension training can improve overall quality of life. And for my clients and trainers watching this video thinking, wait, how do you measure the improvement of somebody's quality of life? There's actually research-backed surveys that are provided to individuals to answer specific questions that basically prove that their life is better. So now for the supporting research. The first article I'm going to cover is a 2022 research article that was a 6-week suspension training program. This was with about 11 individuals who successfully completed the program around the age of 80. The participants did 2 times a week sessions for 6 weeks. The study found that the functional reach test, as well as overall balance scores, improved by the end of the study. Not surprisingly, there weren't any significant changes to grip strength or changes in body composition. However, this 2022 research article highlighted the improvement of stability and reduction in fall risk by improving balance in older adults. The next research article was in 2020, and it actually compared suspension training directly to traditional resistance training methods. This study was across 12 weeks and utilized 42 older adults, which in scientific literature, older adult is typically defined as somebody 65 or older, but to be honest, age is all relative. 65 is actually one of my younger clients. It's not your chronological age, it's an age that you feel. Some key findings for this article were across the 12 weeks. There were similar changes in muscle strength and muscle mass in both the suspension training and the traditional resistance training methods. There were also some tests done, including the timed up and go test, which is starting in a seated position, getting up, walking around an obstacle, and then coming back and sitting down as fast as you can. A chair sit to stand, such as the one that I use for my clients, the 30-second chair sit to stand test, as well as gait speed, which can be a predictor of how fast you can cross the street safely. All of these functional tests improved for both suspension training and traditional resistance training groups. So the conclusion for this 2020 article across 12 weeks of the study was that suspension training and traditional resistance training have similar success for both muscle mass, strength, and functional capacity for older adults. Which means you don't have to have gym access or heavy weight training equipment to get a good resistance training workout. Next up is an interesting research article on high-intensity interval training exercises using a suspension trainer for 82 older adults. This 2019 research study also happened across 12 weeks, which in my opinion is a great duration for a research study. Anything between 8 and 12 weeks, I believe, will give better significant results. The key findings for this 2019 article were that the high-intensity interval training exercises using a suspension trainer helped improve gait speed, BMI or body mass index, and actually hand grip strength. Additionally, it improved dynamic balance, quality of life, and reduced one's fear of falling. So in essence, it significantly improved the physical and psychological overall well-being of the older adults. So for those of you out there watching this video thinking, but I thought an earlier article stated that it did not improve grip strength. You have to keep in mind the duration of the study and the type of training that was done. This one used high-intensity interval training. So it's not always that the suspension trainer didn't do it. It could have just been the exercise selections. Now let's go to the next article that focused also on body composition and hand grip strength. This 2021 research article utilized 36 men that were all older adults for 12 weeks. As you may have guessed, some key findings were that the hand grip strength improved only in the suspension training group. Also found that there were decreases in fat mass, increases in overall water mass, and increases in muscle mass for the suspension training group. Interestingly, the overall claim by this article was that suspension training improved these measures better than traditional resistance training. So obviously, considering the other research we found, we have to take that with a grain of salt. But we can at least know that it is as good as traditional resistance training. But once again, it could have been the exercise selection and the duration of the program. Now let's mix it up. The last article I'm going to cover is one that was done on the young adult population, which was defined by the article as 18 to 30. That was the age range of the participants in the study. There were 48 of them, and they only completed 9 sessions. For this 2024 research article using young adults, it was found that overall functional performance and dynamic balance improved across the group that did the suspension training. However, it was found that there were no significant improvements in static balance. And honestly, that could very well be that the young adult population that they tested didn't really need an improvement in their static balance. For those of you watching or people unfamiliar with the term static versus dynamic, static is when you are standing still trying to balance, for example, on one leg, and dynamic balance is trying to regain your balance or your center of gravity control when your body is in movement, changing your base of support. So all in all, we find that not just for our younger adult counterparts, but for our clients and for our individuals watching this video who are defined as either midlife or even older adults, 60, 65 and older, you don't have to fear the suspension trainer. There's a lot of research that supports the improvement in balance, reduction in fall risk, improvement in overall quality of life, and improvement in your muscle mass and strength, not to mention body composition. So with all that research, as trainers, we should consider implementing suspension training as part of our older adults programs and not fear it. Now, I'm saying trainers should implement it because it is challenging for individuals trying to get into exercise without the guidance of a trainer to handpick the exercises that are going to suit their body the best. Ultimately, safety is paramount. The great thing with the suspension trainer is that you can modify how intense an exercise is simply by taking steps either towards or away from the anchor point, depending on what exercise you're doing. The client or the person doing the suspension training is always in control. It's a great way to scale your exercise or back down if things are a little bit too challenging and you need more recovery. If you're a trainer curious about implementing suspension training specifically for midlife or older adult clients, and you're not quite sure how to do it online in a safe and effective way, please see the links in the description below. I have resources, I have a mentorship program, and I do exclusively serve the population of 40 and older entirely online. So I do provide mentorship if you're wanting to increase the credibility of your online training business. Otherwise, I have links to suspension trainers, specifically the TRX, that I do recommend, a video unboxing the TRX training system, and I've made sure to include all these research citations in the link in the description as well. That's all for this video. If you've enjoyed this content, please hit that like button, leave a comment, share it with your friends, hit subscribe, stay in touch with me. Remember, this video was inspired by a comment from one of my wonderful subscribers. So drop a comment and I might just make a video based on your suggestion. Thank you so much for watching, and always remember, your health is an investment, not an expense. I'll see you in the next one.